everyone. Welcome to another episode of She Laughs.
What's up, everybody? You want to give your introduction, man?
Oh, I'm Crystal.
Jeez, Louise.
AKA Charmaine. What up?
AKA multiple people. Everybody is Tanisha. She always forgets the part. There may be some new people.
Oh.
You have to remember.
Well, hey, newbies. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Welcome to She Laughs.
Bless
As
your
you can
heart.
see, there is laughter in my song, laughter in my voice. How you doing? Today's a good day.
My. No, but it is a good day. What's the topic for today, man?
Ooh, the devil made me do it.
Yeah, you guys, we're going to continue this Christianese thing because there are a lot of, I hate to call them myths, but there are a lot of sayings that we say as Christians. A lot of them are handed down to us from your mama, your grandmama, your great-grandmama, or just people of the church. If you grew up in church, if you grew up very churchy, you have heard all of these things. And here's the thing, a good bit of them are not biblically sound. They just sound cute to say. Yes. Or they try to make you feel better in the moment, or they try to appease you. So, yep. This is another one, and the devil made me do it is most definitely one that I have heard.
It's one of the most popular sayings, I would say, amongst us church folk.
Yes. Yeah.
Because non-church folk they like, I did what I wanted to do.
That is, those are facts. Here's the thing, the minute we become saved, or turn a life over to Christ, we immediately, everything good, God gets all credit. Everything bad, all credit goes to the devil. Yes. And it's like, first and foremost,
y'all making him too famous.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're kind of forgetting who has all power. Mm-hmm. And honestly, what we don't want to talk about most of the time is sometimes God allows you to go through some bad moments.
Come on.
So,
preach for a
and it's
second.
not that because, well, that would mean that God is bad. No, those moments are always for your good. They are always to help to grow and stretch you. And they're never to kill you. Though you may be feeling like you're dying, they are never meant to kill you. So they are literally a valley that's created for you. So it's not like you just fell and rolled into a ditch and you have no protection. God literally carved that ditch out specifically for you, for you to fall in and to learn the lesson that you needed to learn.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily bad, though it does feel so. But anyway, sorry, small tangent. Yes, the devil made me do it is incorrect. Because when you're saying that, you're talking about temptation 9 times out of 10, or anything bad that's happened in your life. And we all know that the devil has power, but he is not omnipresent.
Nope.
Omnipresent means he is not everywhere at all times. He has limitations, y'all. Your enemy has limitations because he is your enemy, but he's limited. There's only certain things he can do. Even in the book of Job, he said he was going to and fro, searching to see whom he could devour.
Whom he could.
Meaning,
who did he have access to?
There you took it. There you go. You just said it. And then God said, oh, I got somebody you can try. So again, God literally dug a ditch for Job, specifically that had Job's name on it.
Yep.
So he is not everywhere all the time. You give him way more credit than he deserves. Though that does not mean you can be asleep. The Bible always says to be alert.
Yes.
And of sober mind. Actually, 1 Peter 5:8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking to see whom he can devour. Like a roaring lion. Like a lion. He is not the lion.
He's more like a cat. Like a kitty cat.
But his roar can be intimidating.
Yes, that's all it is.
That is all. He is not a lion. He is not all powerful. He does not have all power in his hands. God does. Mm-hmm. He does not have the final say. God does. He is not the victor. God is. So you are giving him things that he does not have access to. What he does have access to is influence.
Yes.
He has zero control.
Yes.
He can influence you to do something, which means all accountability is on you.
And so this is what I think when T says that. If you look at the basis of the Bible, and this is where Christians really don't like talking to me, okay? Especially you religious spirited Christians that says, well, the Bible says this and the Bible says this. At the basis of the Bible, there is choice.
Yes.
God says whoever will come, meaning he offers you a choice. He does not make the choice for you. He does not force you to follow him. He literally says, if you would like to, if you have the desire to follow me. Okay? Here's what the devil does. He offers alternative choices.
Yes.
That's all he does. He adds the questions in your mind. God is very direct. He literally says, this is what I want you to do.
There's no guessing with God. There is no guessing. A lot of Christians say, well, God is testing me. No, he's not. You have the choice.
He was very clear.
He's very clear about what he wants you to do. The choice is yours. That's not a test. That's not setting you up to fail. You're saying that because there's a part of you afraid to make the decision he told you to make. That's the problem you're having.
Or you are tempted by all the alternative choices that look amazing to what your emotional needs and self-gratification wants at that moment. Because let's be honest, anytime God asks you to do something, it requires discipline. A lot of it. And a majority of us do not like that word. It's almost like it's a cuss word to say, well, I have to deny myself certain things. Yes, if you want to see the results that he has for you.
Yeah, those are facts.
But
those are facts.
Satan comes and says, well, you don't have to really deny yourself. You don't, surely you don't have to eat of that tree. Or isn't God
supposed to give you your desires? Isn't this something that you're desiring? He always distorts. He distorts. That is his job. He be on his P's and Q's about his job. That's
all it is. And then once he distorts and has you asking certain questions and doubting either God or yourself to have the ability to hear from God, because that was one issue that I faced for a long time. I was like, is that really God speaking to me? Who am I that God would actually come down to speak to me and take time and invest himself in me? I'm nobody.
Yeah. That's majority of our problem. We don't know who we are. We do not know our identity. Though we sing the songs that say, I am a friend of God. Do you really believe that you are? Because last time I checked, friends talk to each other.
All the time. I know my friend's voice when they call. I can look at my phone and be like, oh, so-and-so is calling me.
So you sing the songs, you say the things that sound cute to say, and you don't believe it.
At all.
At all. To your heart of hearts, you really don't believe it.
So now he set you on this course of asking questions, and because he is not omnipresent, now that he has you on this hamster wheel of questions, he can just leave you there.
That is what he does.
Just leave you.
He leaves you. He slips those things in and he walks off. and you still pointing a finger at him, and he done moved on to the next victim.
Here's also why I say y'all make the devil too famous. Half of us, I'm going back to good old Bishop, because this was a word that touched me down in my soul. And when I say it changed my thought process a little bit even more. Half of us, majority of us, 85%, I'm going to put a percentage on it. 85% of us are not doing enough to promote the kingdom for the devil to do anything to us.
Well,
he don't care nothing about your house. He don't care about your car. He don't care about your marriage.
He don't know your name.
He don't know your name enough to even respond to you. He like, who you?
Paul, I know. I don't know you.
Like, who are you again?
But here's the thing. If you know your identity, then it's a problem for him. Because once you really know who you are in Christ, then you're willing to take up the mantle to help to promote his kingdom. Then you're a problem.
And trust me, then you will see some outright outlandish attacks. Yes. And you'll be like...
But then you will know that those are actual attacks.
Thank you. There you go.
And let me break this part down to you guys.
Break it. Make it plain.
To all of my honey bunches of oats. Every time your car breaks down, that is not the devil. Nope. Every time you are broke, that is not the devil.
It's called mismanagement of funds.
Actually, your stewardship sucks. You need to work on your stewardship. You are not servicing your car's maintenance like you should. You are not making sure you budget your... Yes, being a Christian means you should be budgeting. It's called stewardship.
There's a story in the Bible about it.
So yeah, God doesn't want to give you all types of money that you can just throw away. It comes with a responsibility. The car you have comes with responsibility. The job you have comes with responsibility. The money that you get comes with responsibility. The family that you have or will one day have comes with a responsibility. It's called stewardship. So stop blaming everything on the devil. That's a saying that we love to say. If we don't say the devil made me do it, we say the devil sure is busy. No, he not.
Yeah, he's been chilling for a while.
He's not always busy. Sir, ma'am.
He's like, oh, I did what again?
It's called sin has consequences.
There you go.
It's called sin has consequences. Everything has consequences. And then you say, well, see, the Lord trying to set me up. How? What are you talking about? You have the choice. But there are still consequences with every choice, be it good or bad.
That's what I don't understand about a lot of us Christians today. We expect God to only perform good things and then not follow his own word in the Bible to hold us accountable for the actions that we make that is contrary to his will. And I'm like, what God are you talking to? What God are you serving? Because he literally tells you what the consequences for your actions are, whether it is good or bad. You thought he was just going to leave you alone? He will.
Yeah.
Which leaves you now open.
Yeah.
So, who are you really serving? And that goes back to relationship, because quite frankly, just like the enemy says, Paul, I know. God literally says, some of y'all gonna get to the pearly gates and I'm gonna be like, I don't know you.
But you was calling my name all the time. You know, you was using my name as a
Jesus. You
was name dropping. Basically, you always dropping my name in there to heighten your own plight. But I personally don't know you. We don't have a relationship like that.
Like,
just because you're calling my name and, you know, telling people, oh, I go to church. What does that mean? I don't have a relationship with you.
We don't talk.
So
You just know somebody that knows somebody that know me.
Or you may outright know me, but there was no relationship there.
It's like those people you went to high school with, and you're like, oh yeah, I know her. I used to sit behind her.
Yeah, and she has no clue who you are.
Like, who?
You was in class with me? Oh, we did have that class together? Oh. I know your name. I don't know you intimately.
That's it.
Is what he's saying.
I know nothing.
Of course I know you. I made you. There's no intimacy there. There's no relationship there. Oh, well, I call your name because you want something. That's not a relationship.
All facts.
So you got to get down to the nitty-gritty of that. Also, with the whole the devil made me do it or the devil surely is busy aspect of it, again, we're supposed to always be on guard, paying attention. Mm-hmm. That means staying connected to Christ. Mm-hmm. That's why that relationship part is important. That's how you're always staying on guard. You are staying connected to Christ and you're in your word. Sorry, they kind of go hand in hand. I know nobody wants to. They would rather you want to skip over that part. You can't. You can't, because there are going to be some times where it's going to be needed. Especially once you get to know who you are and whose you are in Christ. And then most importantly, once you really understand that lets you know you have the authority in Christ to flee, to rebuke something, and to call something out. So no, the devil didn't make you do it.
You made you do it.
There is always room for escape.
Every single time.
Every single time. He always there's always an exit plan and strategy in place. Always.
Just let's call a thing a thing. He didn't make you do it. You wanted to do it. And you didn't want to deny yourself.
Yes.
I'll be honest, if you listen to our last episode, we talked about, let's talk about sex. It's no secret. A lot of us have had sex outside of marriage. There is moments where you might find yourself in a situation. Okay? Situation. All right? And you're like, I know I'm not supposed to be doing this. But everything in that moment is saying, do it. It feels good. I like it. It feels nice. This feels like it's right. Some people say, it just felt right. And so, but you actually, at any point, can say no. Mm-hmm. You just didn't want to.
You have the ability, the power, the authority, and the resources
to just
say no.
And get up and walk away. And it's not just with that. It's literally with everything.
Everything.
So what people think you're peculiar. So what people think you don't fit in. So what people think you're awkward. So what people think you're unpopular.
Here's the thing.
Who cares?
You are, more than likely. The Bible calls us a peculiar people.
He sure does.
Which just means we're odd. It's okay.
We go against the grain. Yes,
that's what we're supposed to do. That's a part of being.
People are going to talk about you.
Yes, they talked about Jesus. Who you? So I don't understand why we get so stuck in that. People want to talk about me. Okay, they are. You want me to lie and say they're not so that you can feel better? No, they're going to. They're going to do it pretty bad, actually.
They're going to talk about you like a dog.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's going to be okay.
That goes back to knowing who you are and who you belong to. And when you actually know your identity, it really doesn't affect you anymore.
No, all it affects is your emotions. Here's the thing. You can control them. Hello.
But you don't want to.
You can control it, but it's going to hurt my feelings. You're right. And you can control it. That doesn't mean it's not going to, but that means it will not suck up your entire day.
Thank you.
Unless you let it. And that's your business. But you can control those emotions. You can control when your feelings are getting hurt. You can control when you're upset or sad.
You control how long you allow them to be hurt.
Yes, absolutely.
You can, and here's the thing. We're not telling you not to feel the emotions.
Because you can't stop the emotion from coming. I don't mean that you can literally stop it from coming. There's no way you can. And those of you who try to prep yourself, you're wasting your time. Because that's also what we do.
Guilty.
Let me go ahead and get myself ready. Why? That's not going to work. That's not only is that not going to work, but you're making it worse by trying to do that. You have no control.
It's literally going through it, preparing yourself to go through an issue that only should have happened one time, and you done put yourself through it like 30 times.
Yeah.
And it's like, for why?
So yes, your feelings are going to get hurt. It is going to suck. Mm-hmm. It just is. It doesn't feel good to be talked about. It doesn't feel good to be laughed at. So your feelings are going to hurt. You're going to want to cry. That's okay. What you have control over is not allowing it to literally consume you, not allowing it to change your character.
Yes.
And not allowing it to lie to you about who you are and the authority that you have. So that's the control part that you get.
Now, talking about this is another thing that I hate. I really laugh now when people say it. Well, girl, you better than me. And I've been wanting to say,
like, I'm really not. But the difference is I choose to try to be better.
Yes.
That's really the difference.
That's all it is.
Technically, I am no better.
At all.
Because let me tell you what I wanted to do.
Let me tell you all the times I wanted to pop off. Let me tell you all the times I wanted to go to do.
But I just chose not to. Choosing not to doesn't make me better.
No. It just means I'm submitted.
Yes. That's all.
It's
as easy as a choice. It's as easy as a choice.
And sometimes you might have to make that choice minute by minute or second by second or day by day.
It's minute by minute.
You know, and there's a lot more minute by minutes, but that is literally why you hear pastors say the battleground is in your mind, because you're literally going to war with the enemy in your choices. That's what it is.
Yes, that's how you're going to war.
Your choices is the battlefield. It is not what he did to your car or what he did to your house or what he did to your finances or what he did in your marriage.
Because he cares nothing about those material things.
He is trying to make you see things in the natural to get you to make different choices
that go against what God wants you to do.
That's it. I just want you to make a different choice. If I can get you to make a different choice, then I can get everything to spiral out of control and go a different way and put you on a different path.
So that you won't gain what's already yours. If I can change your direction, if I can tell you to make this right instead of making this left to get to the destination you say you want, that you know is yours, I won. Because I got you off course.
I got you off course. I have derailed your whole journey. And now you taking 40 years for something that should have took a week. That's literally all it is. But when you know who you are and know who you're submitted to, you can stand firm on what your choices and decisions are. There is no wavering.
No.
This is something God literally, it's kind of an analogy he brought to me in this season of my life, especially when I kept, honestly, worrying God with going to him with the same problem, the same thing. Well, I just need you to send me a sign or talk to me or tell me, give me direction. And he's literally like, I've already given you instructions. I've already given you directions. I've already said what I said. I ain't gonna say nothing different. And that's how he is with a lot of us. While we're in our prayer closets crying, Jesus, just tell me. And
he's not in there with you. He's not in there.
He's like,
having a conversation with yourself.
I done already told you. But it's like this. When you have a relationship with someone, whether it's a friend, best friend, and Christ, you literally know that person. Nobody can come to me and tell me anything Tanisha says that I'm like, yeah, that don't even sound like her. so I know you're lying. And that's what the enemy does. He comes to us and says, surely God didn't say this. Da 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 da. To make you think that God is lying when we know, or I hope you know if you look in your word, that he is not a man that he should lie.
That's the importance of having your word in you.
Okay. And then having a relationship and knowing what he's done for me before.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of calling God a liar, that should give me more reason to call the enemy a liar, because if I know God, just like I know Tanisha, that don't even sound like him, bruh.
Not only that, but you should know who your enemy is.
Like you.
Your enemy's character is to lie. So you believe the liar?
So then you come
no
to me
matter
with a
how
lie.
convincing the lie sounds, the person speaking is a liar. This is something you know. You call him your enemy. And you choose to believe him? I get it if you didn't know he was your enemy. But this is knowledge to you. Yet you choose to believe him. Because not only does he give you a lie, he gives you the backstory of that lie.
They be so nice.
He'd be like, yeah, God wouldn't say that to you because you remember when you, and he will run down a list of things that you probably actually did. Yep, you did all those things. That's what makes you believe him. But here's the thing. If you know God the way you should know your enemy, you would know all of those things are irrelevant to him.
Yep.
They mean nothing. They've been forgiven and forgotten.
Here's the thing. He already knew those things when he gave you the promise.
They're common knowledge to him. But really, honestly, they're forgotten. They are forgotten. Again, in your word.
We haven't
cast
forgiven
them out.
He's like, what you talking about?
But see, that's a human thing. Because, you know, that whole saying, I'll forgive you, but I won't forget. That's a human thing. We try to put that on God. He literally does forget. He don't care nothing about it. So
like,
those are the things that you have to combat the enemy with. And then again, simply remember, he's the enemy. So why are you believing him? Why are you listening to him? Why are you giving him more time than you should? Because the minute he tells you that, there's a part of you that's going to believe it. And then there should immediately be you know what? I tripped a little bit. I tripped a little bit. You caught me there, bruh. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me correct myself. Let me come back to myself.
Yes.
That was 5 minutes I gave you.
Yes.
Next time I'm going to whittle this 5 minutes down. Because that needs to be your goal. Because okay, I let you get me. I was out of my flow yesterday. I'm not doing that today.
That's it.
But we don't do that. We'll sit in it. We'll waddle in it. And then that's when the choices happen. And then that's when we say, well, the devil made me do it.
Did he?
No, that was all you. Because you believe the influence he had. That's all he has. He has no power. He has no control. It's just influence. The choice is yours. And at the end of the day, you will be held accountable. Not him. Because God already knows who he is. Mm-hmm. He stays true to his person.
Yep.
And God expects you to know who he is. So you are held accountable. It's like someone trying to hold a child accountable to something an adult should know better. God is saying, you the adult. He's a child. You're the adult. You know better.
That's it.
So no, he didn't make you do nothing.
That's it.
He just talked.
And you listened.
When you didn't have to.
Sorry guys, but we just had to break down and debunk so many of these myths and sayings, because literally your belief in them is stopping a lot of your growth.
Yes, because you wholeheartedly believe them.
So that's why we did this.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm sorry, y'all. But I mean, it's true. If you would really think about it, it's true. The minute, especially if you're in a season of somewhat of a struggle to see the end game of what God has promised you, you blame every little thing on the devil. Your car jewelry. The devil is a lie. No, the devil hasn't said anything. How about in saying the devil's a lie because your car's shaking, you command your car to do what it's supposed to do?
Thank you.
You have authority.
And keep it moving.
Tell that car, hey, we got somewhere to be. I don't have time.
I literally have done that over my car.
I most certainly have.
It has gotten
because I used to be the one that would be like, the devil is a lie. You're not gonna. And he like, I didn't. You called me? I was doing something else.
That's interesting because some of y'all call the devil to you.
Yes, you do.
Because now that you're blaming him for stuff, he's like,
I'm here. I might as well do something. I'm here. You called my name. You keep calling his name.
I'm like, well, since you're already making me famous, let's mess it all up.
Yes. Yep.
So be careful.
And now you telling people, it was just one thing after the other today. Who's to blame for that? Because you probably brought that on yourself.
Yes.
The first little thing that happened, you didn't immediately start commanding your day and commanding your emotions to get right on in order. I've had to do that.
Telling your day, this is how we gonna go today.
Yes, I have had to do that out loud. I look kind of crazy. Thankfully, nobody was with me at the time. But immediately I got irritated and I said, I'm not doing this today. We are getting these thoughts right on in order because I'm not doing this today. And the minute I said that, something else happened. And I said, yep, nope.
We're not doing it.
I literally said, I'm not doing this. And this is what I'm not doing.
And here's the thing. That's the times where you make the enemy outright mad.
Because he tried to get a third time. You can try, bro, but we're not.
It's like
we not doing this today. I was like, matter of fact, just to show you we not doing this today, we finna blast this radio.
With all types of praise and worship.
It wasn't even praise and worship, not gonna lie. I was not listening to praise and worship.
So I gotta.
But my mood did not change. I did not become irritated. I did not become frustrated. I was thankful. I was not praying, but I enjoyed my day. It was not praise and worship, but I was still thankful.
And that's what some of you got to make a decision to choose to enjoy your day.
Absolutely. Can I have to say this on that moment. Though what I was playing was not praise and worship, and I still had an amazing day, some of you will pull out your Jesus music knowing you don't believe none of the songs you sitting there listening to. I just had to say that. Let me just say that, because somebody wants to sit there and say, well, I'll listen to gospel. Nowhere in your heart do you believe every song that keeps coming on, but you hear it and you play it thinking that you have manifested something that ain't coming.
It's almost like you're trying to conjure up.
Yes.
God.
So look,
and he's like, you ain't
either
got to
you're
conjure
actively
me.
gonna get yourself out of that funk or you're not, because you're wasting your own time at that point. Because the devil done did his job and he done moved on. And God is sitting there like, well, I guess I can't use you right now, so let me go do what I need to do. You are wasting your own time at that point. So if you want to play it to motivate yourself, actively motivate yourself, please.
Instead of having it might as well be white noise.
You might as well sit in silence.
So, we just don't call a thing a thing.
Sorry, I had to say, I had to say that. I had to say that because you'll do that,
and feel like, yes, Jesus, da 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 da.
Or
Jesus,
not even
da, da,
say nothing. You be sitting there quiet, and nothing in your spirit is trying to get better.
No,
you'll even do that listening to sermons. Well, let me listen to this, and then you're not even actively trying.
Or you done heard this whole sermon and don't know nothing that the preacher said.
I don't know, it was just background noise. Yeah, you're right, it was. And nothing about your mood or the spirit has changed. So you wasted your time. That was a waste.
and then wonder why God ain't talking to you. Would you want to talk to you with this attitude?
No, because you just didn't.
I'm sorry. Anytime somebody have an attitude, it ain't above me. I'm petty. When some folks got an attitude, I be like, oh, you feel like talking at this moment? No? Okay, I'll come back later. And then I'll just walk away because I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and entertain, because that's a lot of times what y'all are doing. Entertain these emotions and issues when I know you literally have the authority to command them and get yourself out of it. So I'm no longer, and there was a time in my life I would take on the responsibility of owning other people's emotions. That ain't my job. That ain't my place. So
yeah,
you need to start figuring that out for yourself, because it's not other people's job. It's not other people's places to get yourself out of that situation. And so just like T said, you over here listening to these sermons and these songs and then expecting God to come and sit and talk with you. And he like, I'll come back later. I'll just come back later.
Because no. As if it's his job to get you out of that funk. It's all on him. Do you want help, or do you want somebody to do it for you?
So
you got to do better.
Come on. Let's do better in 2019, y'all. Everyone as a whole. All of us.
Closing remarks, ma'am.
I ain't got none. Stop making the devil famous. Bruh, I mean, he really ain't all that. He is not.
No,
Trust
he's
me.
not. No.
So,
you guys, at the end of the day, you're held accountable.
He is the original 15 minutes of fame person. Okay?
And we give him way more than 15 minutes.
Way more. Okay? That's literally it.
We give him way more than 15 minutes.
What you got, T?
Just this, that you're the one that's held accountable for your actions, for your thoughts, for all of that. It's on you, because the enemy does his job, and it's up to you to do yours, which is to be of sober mind and alert.
Yes.
Wake up.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna start laughing because all I'm thinking about school days.
I know.
Wake up!
Yes, it's literally that. Wake up.
Oh man,
You done drifted off to sleep.
yes, and that's how he gets you. Well, T, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on Facebook, Tanisha Williams. Facebook, Tanisha Williams. Instagram is Styles by Tanisha J.
And as always, guys, y'all can find me on Facebook at Charmaine's Cures or Charmaine's Confessions. You can also find me on Instagram, same places, Charmaine Cures or Charmaine's Confessions.
We're gonna have an Instagram page soon, you guys. She laughs, definitely. Yes. That way, you guys can see both of us more in the stories or videos. It's not going to be all a whole bunch of inspirational talk, y'all. No. Just no. Sometimes we'll want to just share something or something funny or whatever. But yes, be looking for that. We already have a Facebook page, so you guys follow us on Facebook. Facebook is definitely going to be where we keep you guys updated on what we're doing. Have all of the podcasts listed, latest episodes, little giveaways that we'll start doing eventually. But Instagram will be more of a social interaction with Miss Charmaine and myself. So,
or Crystal, whoever's showing up
whoever shows up on that day that you get privileged to meet in that moment. Hey God, the privilege is still there. Whoever's there, be happy.
But we want to get to know you, and we want you to get to know us. And so, we look forward to it. Well,
till next time.
See y'all.
Be blessed.